Hi all. In this video, I'm going to share about SOQL queries, nothing but Salesforce Object Query Language, which is used in Salesforce. So, being a Salesforce tester, what are all the things we need to understand regarding SOQL I'm going to share in this video. So SOQL is quite different from SQL, like almost the way we write the queries, SQL queries using SQL, which is structured query language, is almost the same, but few things which are supported in SQL are not supported in SOQL. Okay, SOQL is Salesforce Object Query Language, which is Salesforce own language to fetch the data from its own backend database. Okay, so as a tester, what we need to know about SQL and why we need to learn about this. Let's understand. Okay, now for example, sometimes it's like on Salesforce UI, if you're updating any data, okay, so as a tester, how you can validate if the data is properly updated or not in those particular fields only. Okay, the first thing is using field history tracking. Okay, that everybody knows. Okay, like if you're aware of the Salesforce admin concepts, then everybody will tell like, yeah, the first thing would be field history tracking. Okay, apart from that, there is another way by which we can validate whether the data is properly updated or not. Okay, using backend. How we can do that? Okay, into any trailhead hands-on org. Okay, so you can see here, right? We have gear icon. Just click on this gear icon. Click on this developer console. Okay, just click on this developer console. A new window, pop-up window will be opened. Okay, so you can see here, right? So this is it, guys. Here you can see, right, we have something called as a query editor. Okay, so in this query editor, you can write your SOQL queries, Salesforce Object Query Language. So here, if you will write your SOQL queries and if you will click on execute, then accordingly it will fetch the results from the Salesforce backend database and provide you the results over here. Okay, so in this manner, whatever data you're updating on the Salesforce UI also, you can validate whether it's properly updated or not. Okay, now let's check some simple basic SOQL queries. Okay, which being a Salesforce tester, we need to understand so that which can really help in our Salesforce testing as well. Okay, the first real time scenario would be you have created multiple cases on Salesforce, okay, in Service Cloud. Okay, now you would like to validate whether any duplicate cases are created or not, because that is very important, right? We should not have any duplicate cases created because it's like a repetition of work. If duplicate cases are created, then those duplicate cases will be assigned to again multiple owners and they have to get it resolved. It's like a again duplicate work. Okay, so duplicate cases should not be created at all. So as a tester, how you will identify if the duplicate cases are created or not using SOQL query? It's very easy. Okay, so this is one sample query, guys. Okay, so you can see here, right? So to check whether any duplicate cases are available, what you can do mainly, it's based on the subject. Okay, for example, if I have created a case something like laptop is not working. Okay, so the subject would be the same, right? If I'm going to create another case, if another duplicate case is created, then the subject would be same for that case. Okay, so here I'm trying to select like select subject, also the count of id means the number of times that case has been repeated. Okay, from case object. Okay, case object group by subject. Yes, so I wanted it to group by subject and having count greater than 1. So that is it, right? We want to check whether duplicate cases are created or not, means the count should be greater than 1. Okay, so this is the basic SOQL query which we can use to check whether duplicate cases are anything available or not based on the subject. Okay, yeah, that's it, guys. So simply add this query. Okay, and then you can just click on execute. So you can see here, right? So with subject as laptop not working, we are having two cases. With subject as laptop power issue, we have two cases. And with subject as maintenance guidelines for generator unclear, we have three cases. So these are all the duplicate cases which have been created. And with subject as empty, there is no subject at all. We have three cases. Okay. So in this way, by writing basic SOQL queries, we can easily validate whether any duplicate cases have been created or not what? On Salesforce. Okay, this is the first real time example. Okay, let's check the second scenario, which is we want to check whether how many leads are available with status as closed and converted. Means what? We got leads into our Salesforce system, and the leads have been closed and converted also to the opportunities. Okay, so we want to calculate like how many lead records are available with status as closed converted. Okay, so whether that is matching with the expected result or not. In this way, okay, we can write a simple SOQL query. Okay, select count of ID from lead object. Okay, where status is equal to closed converted. Okay, so simply click on execute. You can see here, right? So the count is 8. Okay, so this is another basic real time example of writing SOQL query. Okay, in the same manner, if you want to check the all the lead records, count of lead records with status as working contacted, means what? They are not yet closed and converted. Okay, still the status is like we are working with the leads, we have contacted with them, and we are in the process of converting them. Okay, so simply same again, just you have to change the status. Okay, so simply click on execute. So we can see, you can see here, right? We have 13 leads over here. Okay, so if you want to check again, what you can do, navigate to your sales console. Okay, click on leads, and you can simply click on like view custom one or all the leads which are available. So you can see here, right? We have multiple lead records over here with close converted, working contacted. Okay, so by viewing here, actually it's quite difficult to validate the count, right? But simply by writing an SOQL query, it's very easy. Okay, to validate. So the another real time example which I would like to share is, for example, from all the cases created, you want to view the cases whose create date is greater than January 2023. Okay, like after January, from January, how many cases have been created? Okay, what are the case records, all the case records which are available, which are created after January? Okay, so simply, and what are all the columns you want to view? So I would like to view like select case number, is closed, origin, priority, reason, status, subject, created date, description. From case object where create date is greater than 2023 0101, which is January 1st, and like this you have to provide. Okay, because it will, here in SOQL it will accept only date time format, so make sure you're not putting inside the single quotes like you do always in SQL queries. Okay, don't put it inside the single quote, simply just write it down, the date and time zone. Okay, simply write in this way, and you can simply click on execute. Okay, so you can see here, right? It's displaying me 4 rows, total 4 rows. 4 records are available with the case numbers, is closed, no, false, they are not closed, origin, like from where the case has been created, through web, through phone, and priority, medium, status, new only, and see subject, check mules of integration is available, and create a date also. So you can see here, right, along with the time zone and date also, it's in like 11th, like November 2023, October 2023. Okay, so in this manner, you can just update your SQL queries to your requirement. And in the Salesforce backend also, in the developer console, you can do lot of validations as a Salesforce tester. Okay, and another reminder is, to view this developer console, you need to have either Salesforce administrator access or Salesforce developer access. Okay, so make sure you are having that highest level of access, so you can view this developer console actually. Then you can write your SOQL queries. Okay, so another thing which I would like to share, like where you can write your SOQL queries, is we have this called like workbench.developerforce.com. Okay, so in this site also you can write the SOQL queries, but the thing is you need to have your login credentials for Salesforce. Okay, so you can just go ahead and log in. If you have your Salesforce credentials, you can select your environment over here, whether it's a production or sandbox. You can send the select the version which is suitable, and just go ahead and log in with your credentials. And over this workbench.developerforce.com also, you can write your SOQL queries. You can select the objects which you want to use in your SOQL queries, and accordingly it will display you the SOQL query also. Okay, so this is another way as well. Okay, one more thing I would like to share is like now what is the difference between SQL and SOQL? Okay, the major difference is, in SQL, to fetch all the columns at a time, we will be using like this star. Right now, for example, select star from case. Okay, so let's click on execute. So you can see here, right? It's actually throwing me some error, like unknown error passing query. Okay, so this is the major difference, guys, between SOQL and SQL. This star is not supported. Okay, so if you want to like fetch all the columns from the backend, then you should specifically go ahead and write the column names over here. I mean the field names. Okay, for example, you have to specifically write like this case number. Okay, now click on execute. So you can see here, right? Case number, then status. So like this, specifically if you want to view any fields, you have to write, okay, write the field names. Simply you cannot use star. Okay, star is not supported in SOQL. Okay, another thing is, now these are like the standard fields, okay, which are already available. Okay, in my case object. Now if you want to access the custom fields, okay, custom fields means like Salesforce developer created any custom fields. Okay, then how you can access those? Okay, you have to access those using their API names. For example, let's navigate to the case object. Just navigate to the service console, click on setup, click on object manager, search with case, open the case object, click on fields and relationships. So you can see here, right? These are all the standard and custom fields available for the case object. Now you can see here, right? We have something called as a product. Okay, so product underscore underscore c. This is a custom field, okay, which has been created. Now back in the SOQL query, you want to access this custom object. How you can access? You cannot simply go ahead and put product. Okay, to access the custom fields, you have to use their API names. Okay, you can see here, right? This is the under the field name underscore underscore c. This is the API name. Okay, so status and product underscore underscore c, execute. So you can see here, right? As of now there is no data, but if whenever you want to access the custom fields created by you, then you have to use their API name in the SOQL queries. Okay, let's consider other custom fields. See, data quality score. So we have this custom field over here. Let's try to put this as well, execute. So you can see here, right? Yeah. So I'm trying to access another custom field also, which is data quality score underscore underscore C. Okay, which is the API name. Okay, you can see here, right? For this case, it's 60, 60, 60, 45. Okay, so this is another important thing, guys. So standard or standard fields, that's fine. Directly you can use case number, status, fine. But if you want to access the custom fields, you have to use their API name in the SOQL query. Okay, API name means what? For the custom fields, it will be ending with underscore underscore C. Okay, like this, in this manner. Okay, simply you can click on execute and you can view the data. Okay, so that's it, guys. This is about the basics of SOQL, all about SOQL, Salesforce Object Query Language, and being a Salesforce tester, how this can help you actually in validating Salesforce backend also. If whatever data is updated on the Salesforce UI also, if you want to validate it at the backend, then how you can validate, how you can leverage this SOQL queries so that you can validate in a better way. Okay, so that's it, guys. I hope you found this video very helpful. Thank you.